Interface Video, in cooperation with Fairfield Federal, presents Fairfield Today. Brought to you by Fairfield Federal Savings and Loan, Fairfield Medical Center, Fair Hope Hospice and Palliative Care, the Frankie Smith Funeral Home, Fairfield County Adam H., Dagger Law, and the Fairfield County Board of Developmental Disabilities.
Hello friends, and welcome to Fairfield Today. Paul Jasson with you. Thank you for joining us on what is a beautiful day in downtown Lancaster. We are here, of course, in the lobby of Fairfield Federal in our little corner, where in a nook where they allow us to broadcast and telecast each week. We appreciate Mary Snyder and the whole staff down here from each week allowing us to come in. And for those of you who have locals, perhaps, who've driven by Route 37 out across from Lancaster High School and then down to Ohio University, if you've looked up, if you're going out of town on your left, up a little hill right there, about a quarter of a mile back, there's this monstrous facility going up right there, and everybody for a long time wondered, what are they building? Is there going to be a shopping center? It is so huge up there. Well, it's a very special kind of building. We're going to talk about that today on Granville Pike. It's going to be exciting to chat about it. We've got the young lady that can tell us about it, Stephanie Duke. Stephanie,
yes.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Let me get your title correct here. You are, it's longer than your name. It's Senior Director of Startup Business Development.
That's it.
For Trilogy Health Services, who is the parent company of all this. First of all, welcome.
Thank you.
Glad you're here. And I say welcome because even though this is a new facility and not open yet, got late summer, maybe we'll get to that, but she's a local girl, Lancaster High School girl.
Yep.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
We won't say Lancaster, I'm pretty sure
No,
of that.
it's Lancaster.
Very good.
Yeah.
Well, we're glad you're here, and this is an unbelievable place that's going up there. It is just a wonderful location, a huge building. My golly, what is it all going to be?
Yeah, so the name of the community is the Springs at Wyandotte Trail.
Wow.
Obviously going local with the community there. It is a continuum of care. So we have the full continuum, including independent living, assisted living, memory care, skilled nursing and short-term rehabilitation, some long-term care, and then of course adult daycare and offering respite services.
So this is one of these places where for some reason you happen to go in there at even a younger age, you can move to different places in the building but stay.
Yes, sir. That way there's nowhere that you have to move around. You can have the full continuity of care with the same people taking care of anything that you might need.
Well, again, the parent company is Trilogy Health Services. They're the overarching group that's putting this together, and that's a big company. 135 similar places to this, some bigger, some smaller, well, maybe not many bigger, but some probably smaller. 135 in Kentucky, Ohio, Indiana, Wisconsin, and that team up north, or that state up north. They're involved in this. Care for over 12,000 seniors. Wow.
Yes, and employ over, I think we're just over 15,000 as well, all over the Midwest. So, yeah.
What was the thinking? You probably thought it was great having one here in your hometown, but I'm not sure the company thought that so much. But the thinking was this is a good location for that? It is.
It's basically an underserved community as far as the full continuum. You know, it's been quite a few years since a new community has come up in this area. Yeah. So, but not only that, with Trilogy's standards that we offer, it just definitely sets us apart. Everything from not using agency staffing, to our clinical expertise and clinical distinction of our campus to be able to take care of people, as well as our star ratings and just knowing what we need to do to take care of the seniors here and serve Lancaster.
Well, you called it a continuum of care, and I think that explains it. It can kind of go from the earliest needs of perhaps a senior person to the final needs. They can go through there and never leave the facility. But it's $22 million investment on that little piece of property up there. 200 construction jobs have been going on creating this for quite a while, and they're going to have 125 permanent jobs up there. So this is, as you say, it's a big operation.
It sure is. It sure is. It's definitely opening up a lot of opportunities for the people that live here in Lancaster, and the community won't have to commute as far. And anybody that's looking for different nursing opportunities, culinary, housekeeping, environmental services, any of those types of jobs, they'll all be available as well.
What's your website that people can look that up?
Yeah, for our jobs is www.trilogyjobs.com.
My golly, it is just a fabulous looking facility. I think even at the road level, where it's maybe a quarter mile back there to your place, it just looks like a small city back there. But it's so beautiful.
It is, yes. Lots of great views. Already seen the deer come out everywhere. Lots of wooded areas. It definitely is a prime spot, and I'm really excited to be able to share it with everybody as soon as we're able to open, and for our seniors most of all in the community to live their best life.
Sure. Speaking with Stephanie Duke. Stephanie is with Trilogy Health Services, and she is a Senior Director of Startup Business Development, talking about, what is it, the Springs at Wyan?
The Springs at Wyandotte Trail.
Springs at Wyandotte Trail, and again,
Yes.
it's a 1495 Granville Pike. If you're going out Granville Pike, it's 37 right there. You pass the high school and you keep going, and I think maybe your view perhaps turns to the right because you see Lancaster High School being built from just like a mile-long thing going on there, and it'll open up in a couple years here. But if you look to the left, kind of up back right there, 1495 Granville is the address. I guess the view out the back must be all trees and hills and just a beautiful view. But across the street, you've got Ohio University Lancaster right there. You'll have the edges of the new end of the Lancaster High School going up right there. Yeah. It's a great location.
Yeah, thank you. Yep, and our sales office is open.
Okay.
So if anybody has any questions or wants to come up and at least see the external pieces until we're ready to fully open, they're more than welcome.
So all your places, do they look pretty similar to this?
They do. So this is our third generation village style.
Okay.
And what that means is we kind of go through phases where we've built this 2-story type. And then after Lancaster, we're actually going to start working on a new 4th generation prototype. So, but yes, as Lancaster
already be outdated by the time?
It'll be the last of the ones, but it looks amazing. Yeah. So we've added some new additions even from the last one before Lancaster. So we're excited to be able to share it.
How long has it been? A year this construction's been going on? Has it been a year?
It has. I'm going to try and think. I think it was about almost a year already.
Almost a year.
Yes, we're looking. Our whole project completely takes about 18 months.
So we're looking
depending on weather.
And things have been going pretty good for you on weather, so you've been fortunate there, but we're looking at perhaps August as a grand opening?
Correct. Yes, sir. Yep.
And anything can happen. We understand that.
Yes.
But we talked about how many people you'll be employing, 125, 135 people out there, a lot of construction jobs to put it up. What's the number of people if when that place is full, and I'm sure it will be full at some point, what kind of numbers are we talking about here?
Sure. I think overall there's about 113 accommodations.
Wow.
Maybe a little bit more, just depending on some of the dual occupancies that we'll be able to have, but 113 accommodations, yeah.
And again, I imagine there's probably not a facility in Lancaster that kind of covers the beginning to the end like you folks do with this facility right here. I mean, you've really got everything under one roof.
Right. Not that I'm aware of. I believe that we will be one of the first ones.
Yeah. And again, Lancaster is fortunate to have a place that you've chosen down here. Now tell us a little bit about Continuum. They're a big company all over many states, and is this the most current project they're working on?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes, we do have 2 other projects in that state up north.
Okay.
That we are working on that come out and around. They'll open this summer as well, but just before Lancaster. Lancaster is the last one for this year.
Now, do those fall under your purview? I don't know what kind of territory you cover here, but all the openings you deal with all of them?
Yes, sir. All
Wow.
of them. Yes. So we have those 2 up north, and then Lancaster. I do travel all the 5 states depending on where the new development is.
But isn't it very cool, though, to be able to at least come home, and not only are you home, but you actually have a work site here?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I love being back here. It's definitely a lot different, and I'm excited to be able to help.
Well, it's again out there in Granville Pike, and just a great location there. So much construction. I think you'd really notice it more if it were closer to the road, but it has this great view a little bit back from the road, and Lancaster High School is across the road right there from that. But I suppose when this is up and running, it'll be amazing to see, probably, just judging from your other businesses and your other places that you have open, 130 plus going on right now. It's kind of a self-contained little city right there, I suspect. Yeah. You just do everything.
We do, and everything from our life enrichment programs to our culinary services. Our chefs are all specially trained, and so the culinary, I cannot wait for everybody to be able to try it. It's going to be amazing. And life enrichment and all the different programmings, our memory care programming, it's best out there.
So if we have any viewers right now that perhaps are interested in maybe in the future might have somebody that would have even them or have somebody that would have an interest in that, what's the way they can find out about this? Can they call or go online? What's really best?
Any of that is absolutely viable. We obviously trilogyhs.com is our main website, and you can go right to click on Ohio to Lancaster, and there's the Springs at Wyandotte Trail is located there. You can learn a little bit about our organization and what we do offer and our different standards of care. And then, of course, can definitely call as well.
Trilogyhs.com.
You got it.
That's the website.
And the Springs at Wyandotte Trail, yeah.
Springs at Wyandotte Trail. And it's a comprehensive website. A lot of good information, a lot of pictures, a lot of all kinds of, pretty much everything you'd need to know about just to whet your interest a little bit and then find out more by giving you a call. Can you give tours yet? Is that up and running yet, or is that a ways off?
That's a little bit off.
Okay.
We will be able to the beginning of summer probably, but we definitely can show the external of the building and obviously offer some virtual tours and show some different photographs.
Virtual tours, that's right.
Yeah.
That's on there too. You can see that. So really you could see what the company's about and what this is about. The Springs at Wyandotte Trails.
Yes,
Am I
sir.
close? Okay,
You're
very good.
Okay.
Stephanie Duke with Trilogy Health Services here at 1495 Granville Pike is the place, up a little drive right there. Beautiful facility. It's going to be amazing to see. We'll get you back and we'll talk more once we get closer to August and get going. Love to have you.
Great.
Congratulations on a local girl being involved with a local project. That's very cool for the city. And I know the city, and talking the former mayor, Dave Scheffler, and all that, they're very excited about what this is going to be.
Definitely.
Thanks
Thanks for having me.
Sure, thank you. We'll be back on Fairfield Today in just a moment.
The reason why I do what I do is I love helping people, and I really love to work on understanding and striving to improve the lives of the people in our community. Being in Fairfield County is having a network of people around you.
I am driven by my belief that every individual deserves an opportunity to achieve mental and emotional balance, and I'm very passionate about contributing to that process.
Community, connections, collaboration. The Fairfield County Way.
The staff that have been here know what it takes. They've been on the other side. They see what it takes to make someone comfortable, to make the family comfortable, and really what kind of support they need. And so I think that's what really makes Fairfield what it is.
I want a doctor who listens to me.
From primary care to specialty medicine, we put your needs first by treating you like a person, not a number. Our primary care team will help you identify your healthcare needs and set goals for success, regardless of where you are in your wellness journey. We care for patients of all ages, with offices that are close to you. Whatever you're searching for, you can find it at Fairfield Medical Center.
Fairfield Federal. When it comes to our customers and our community, we go above and beyond to help. Our people make the difference. Personal or business banking, whatever you need, we take it seriously because we know you do. Stop by today at any of our 3 locations and see why the difference is clear. Fairfield Federal Savings and Loan specializes in banking that revolves around you.
Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
We here at Fairfield DD wish you a happy new year. March is right around the corner, and with it comes Developmental Disabilities Awareness Month. This year, Fairfield DD is excited to share that we will have a variety of events to mark this important month. Our 14th annual Celebration of Possibilities will be held on Wednesday, March 20th at 6 p.m. at the Wigwam Event Center in Pickerington. So save the date. Join our mailing list or follow our social media so you can stay up to date on all the happenings.
The Frankie Smith Funeral Home and Crematory in Lancaster and the Johnson Smith Funeral Home in Baltimore have a long and wonderful history of serving our community. Feel free to give us a call at 740-653-0652. Stop in and see us at either of our 2 locations, 405 North Columbus Street in Lancaster, and 207 South Main Street in Baltimore. Respect for tradition, regard for change.
Welcome back to Fairfield Today. Paul Jasson with you, and want to thank everybody involved with the Trilogy Services for that update on their beautiful facility on Granville Pike. It's going to be a fun place. Going to change it up a little bit and talk about the arts. Lancaster and Fairfield County is blessed with a lot of good theater productions. We of course talk with the Garrett Players and Lancaster Playhouse. We've got a lot going on all the time, but really kind of the start of all that for many years has been community theater. And I would imagine that the Millersport Community Theatre is probably the oldest one in the entire county. We have a lot of them now with Liberty Union and other places going on, but for more than 40 years, Millersport Community Theatre has done productions, and they've been musicals and plays. They've been in the spring and in the winter. They've had some in the summer, so they've got a lot going on now. They have 3 in a season, so it's really grown, and again, it's kind of been the backbone for all the community theater going on here in Lancaster and Fairfield County, and it's a pleasure to talk today to Zachary DeVol. Zachary, welcome.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. You are the current director, and we'll talk about the play coming up, but you've been involved with the Millersport Community Theater for several years?
Since 2021.
2021, and you have been in front of the camera or in front of the people that time?
Yes.
You're the director now for SpongeBob the Musical.
Mm-hmm.
Is this your first directorial debut?
At the community theater level, yes. I did a little bit in college,
okay.
But this is the big one.
So you live in Millersport?
I live in Newark, but
Newark.
We have a bunch of friends in the Millersport area, and so it's become a second home to us.
Yeah, well, it's a great place, and again, we've always had the Whetstones on, and of course they've been the kind of the big player up there for many years. It kind of, I think maybe when it kind of got lean for a few years, the Whetstones were always there, and they've been such a major part of this.
Absolutely.
But SpongeBob the Musical.
Yeah.
So that sounds kind of fun.
It's an amazing show.
Yeah. Tell us what it's about.
So I don't want to spoil too much.
Okay.
But
no spoiler alert.
There is, it starts out just a typical Bikini Bottom day. You meet all of your characters that you know and love. And the costumes look amazing. It's bright and colorful. And then all of a sudden, there is conflict, and there is fear of the end of the world all of a sudden.
Wow.
Just a couple numbers in. And then all of the characters are now dealing with what do they do, how can they save the day, how are they going to spend their last day if that's truly the case, while keeping all the fun and comedy that there is. And so we have a little bit of everything in the show. One of the coolest things about the show is that every number is written by a different artist. So you have a song written by David Bowie, you have a song written by Sarah Bareilles and the Plain White T's, and you have rap numbers, tap dance numbers, a little bit of everything. And so the show can't possibly ever be boring because there's something different every 5 minutes.
So was this a Broadway thing at one time with all these big names? I'm assuming it was on Broadway several years ago now.
Several years ago, it had Ethan Slater, Wesley Taylor, all these people that have gone off to do bigger things. Like Ethan Slater is currently in the new Wicked movie that's going to be coming out. So this was kind of a way that all these people started to get noticed on Broadway and just have an amazing time on the stage.
Got Zachary DeVol with me. Zachary is involved with the Millersport Community Theatre, and for our purposes today, the director of SpongeBob the Musical. Tell us what the days are now.
The show is running from April 5th to 7th with 7:30 start time on that Friday and Saturday and 2 o'clock on that Sunday.
So a weekend, and we got a poster that we put up there and show everybody that. And I don't remember, does that have the QR code on it?
I believe it does.
I think everything does now. Everything has a QR code, and so you can order tickets ahead of time. Will they be available at the door?
They will be available at the door, or you can buy your tickets ahead of time and select your seat too.
That's a big thing.
Our website, mctohio.com.
So only 3 shows. So we only have 3 opportunities here to get in now.
Exactly.
Is this at the high school?
This is at the elementary school.
Where it always is.
Yeah.
Millersport Community Theatre. Again, 40 years of doing things up there. And you've been involved for 3 or 4 years here now. And I know, even though it's in Millersport, the people that come in to be in this and are involved, it's really regional.
It really
You have
is.
people from around.
We do, and the cool thing about this show is that we are actually partnering with the school system. So the Walnut Township Local School District is letting us use their space, but also they are giving us actors and crew and people to work with. Our music director is actually Caleb Stout.
Is that a first for this to occur?
I believe so, yeah. But Caleb Stout, our music director, he is the music teacher at Millersport. So he's been helping us with that. We have people that come all the way from Hilliard and Lancaster and Zanesville just to be a part of our theater family.
Yeah, well, what a great tie-in, though, because you're so involved and entrenched in Millersport anyway, but to have that involvement and then to be able to use their resources, people and equipment and things like that, that's a first, but I got a feeling this might continue.
It would be really nice, too. We did this because we wanted to help the arts grow all around, and so we've seen a lot of students come in that this is their first time doing theater, and it's clear that they already have the acting bug. They're loving it.
And I've talked to other people when I have people maybe from the Lancaster Playhouse or the Garrett Players, which are the two kind of professional groups that go on here in town, and I've talked to them about that. There was a time many years ago, but Millersport was probably still going on, but if you were in the arts in school, if you graduated from high school, maybe you could go to college and pursue that and do that, but there wasn't much local you could do around here. I mean, if you went to college, that's fine, but if you came back to maybe Lancaster or Fairfield County, maybe Millersport was the only thing. There wasn't a lot of venues, but now there's community theaters all around. There's, as I say, two more professional groups with the Garrett and Lancaster Playhouse. But there's a lot of opportunities now that you could come back here and in any free time you have, pursue that.
There really is. We have people of all different ages and skill levels. We have theater majors from college, and we have first-time actors and everything in between. And so there's something for everybody.
So when you were involved in, I think 2021 was your first time, you were an actor at that time and did that. And that kind of follows up what you did in college?
Mm-hmm. Yep, I've done theater since I was 5. I did community theater growing up in Zanesville, school theater, everything, and ended up majoring in it in college. So definitely it's been a big part of my life. And then during the pandemic, I started to reconnect with some friends from college, like the Whetstones and a couple other friends, and we started doing theater in Millersport, and they invited me in, and it's been an amazing family to be welcomed into.
It's a professional type organization there. I mean, this isn't their first rodeo or their first play. They've done this for a long time, and they've seen a lot of ups and downs, ins and outs. Of course, the pandemic hit and recovering from that now, but it has to be, and if you've known them for a while with the Whetstones, and apparently you do, that they're such a great family, and Millersport really has deep roots in the community.
Absolutely.
Yeah. The SpongeBob Musical, what are the dates again?
April 5th through 7th.
5th through 7th, and they're 7:30 in the evening on Friday and Saturday, and 2:30?
2 o'clock on
2
Sunday.
o'clock on Sunday at Millersport Elementary School there. And again, this is the first in a season of plays for y'all. The Sound of Music will be coming us later in the summer, I'm assuming.
Yep.
And then the last one, kind of interesting, A Gentleman's Guide to Love and Murder. Now, are those just plays or any of them musicals?
They're both musicals, actually.
Love and Murder, that's a musical, huh?
Yes.
Fun time for everyone.
It's definitely a different kind of show, but it's definitely a comedy still.
Okay.
There is a lot of costume changes in that show for one specific character. I don't want to give too much away there, but yeah, it's something that'll be a little new for all of us, and we have a guest director coming in for that one as well.
Nice, very good. So it's mctohio.com, the website.
Yes.
Order tickets off that. That'd be the preferential way to do it. You can get your seats chosen if you do that. You can choose Friday, Saturday, Sunday, what seats you want. Probably a QR code, I'm going to guess. But anyway, the information is there. Going to be an exciting time.
Absolutely.
Your first director, are you a little nervous about that?
I would say I'm excited. The cast has made it such an amazing experience that it's never hard. It's such a fun time. They get in there, they become goofballs, and they put in hard work. We have a stellar cast. We have our SpongeBob, Patrick, and Sandy. They are all MCT veterans that have worked together several times, and so they have a good chemistry. But we also have our Plankton is his first time on stage, and he has to do a speed rap at one point, and we didn't know he could until he auditioned, and it was kind of astounding.
Lit it up.
Exactly.
Yeah. Zachary DeVol, the director of SpongeBob the Musical with the Millersport Community Theatre. mctohio.com is the website. Looked it up. Best of luck. A nice shirt, too. We want to mention that. You can see the right there on his shirt. He has all that listed right there. April 5th through the 7th. Get out and see that. Millersport Community Theatre would be a good thing. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you. And thanks for joining us on Fairfield Today.
Interface Video, in cooperation with Fairfield Federal, presents Fairfield Today. Brought to you by Fairfield Federal Savings and Loan, Fairfield Medical Center, Fair Hope Hospice and Palliative Care, the Frankie Smith Funeral Home, Fairfield County Adam H., Dagger Law, and the Fairfield County Board of Developmental Disabilities.